Hey YouTube, Mark here with another fragrance review. This time is a special review. This one's close to my heart. This guy, I met him in New York. If you don't know, this is the niche house of Mr. Andy Tower. This is my very first fragrance review of his lineup. I decided to go with, of course, his most sold, top seller of his line, most talked about. I'm sure your favorite fragrance reviewer has delved into this one. This is number 2 of his brand, L'Arbre des Arts Marocain. Now, you can't call yourself a frag head if you haven't even sniffed this fragrance. I'm telling you right now, I'm staking my reputation on it. Sniff this one out. Get a sample at least. Just get a sample. This stuff is amazing. Like, I can end the review right now. It's amazing. Get it. Done. Either way, let's get into it. I am very, very excited to use 20 minutes of your time, I know, to delve into this fragrance. So let's get to it. First and foremost, the packaging. In 2010, he changed the design of the bottles and the packaging. The past ones were actually homemade. I'm going to show a picture of that bottle in the segment that I take pictures of the bottle and the box and everything. You're going to see the homemade version, the previous bottle. Now they're actually handmade bottles that are constructed in France. So the classic line is going to have this blue bottle, and then you're going to have a different sticker for each one. L'Arbre is the number 2, means it's his second creation that Andy has ever created. He actually personally bottles every single fragrance he makes. Yes, he reminds me of kerosene. You guys know kerosene. You know, he makes the juice, he bottles it, he packages it for you, even signs it for you. Every single bottle here gets touched by Andy Tower, so that's actually really a great personal feeling of every fragrance that I smell from this man. This one, if you didn't know, is the top seller of the brand, and it's from the Classics line of the Tower brand. I believe there's 9 frags in the Classic line. They all have this blue bottle, I believe. The name, of course. Now the name of the fragrance, of course, is French, L'Arbre des Arts Marocain. It's definitely a mouthful. What does it mean in English? Of course, I'm going to translate it for you guys. It's the air of the Moroccan desert. Fairly simple translation. Now, what was Andy's inspiration for this fragrance? And he quoted it perfectly. When I smell this fragrance, it really brings me to where Andy tells me that it brought him. It just reminds him of being in Morocco. He was probably at a hotel or at home somewhere, and he was sitting on a terrace, and there was dry and warm air from the desert coming in, spices from the souk and the jasmine, which was under the terrace, and there was cookies, which gives you that sweetness or that vanilla baking from the bakery. So that's basically his inspiration of L'Arbre des Arts Marocain. Now let's get to the presentation. Let's take a look at it. Alright guys, let's tackle presentation, the bottle and the box for Andy Tower's L'Arbre des Arts Marocain. And of course this presentation is the new presentation that Mr. Tower introduced to his line when he revamped the line back in 2010. So let's take a look at the new presentation. We got the tin box or tin can here. Actually probably the nicest tin can presentation I've ever seen. It's got his, of course, embossed a signature here, and that was a great idea for him with his new presentation to put in his signature as the brand name. Beautifully done. You got a sticker here that'll tell you which brand you got, and it encloses the bottle, so it'll show you that it's fresh, that he has a sticker. Nobody has opened it other than you. And it'll tell you it's handmade in Switzerland, his website, and the notes and the ingredients, all that. You can pull it off, all the way off actually. It's just a sticker, so if you think that's an eyesore, you can take it out. Let's open her up. This is what it looks like. I believe the packaging has changed. I think he doesn't have the paper anymore. It's not tissue paper that holds the bottle. It's actually something else. This is a card that comes with every single Andy Tower fragrance. And he personally signs it. Enjoy, Andy Tower. The reason why he personally signs it is because he personally packs every single bottle. Beautifully done, a nice personal touch to the fragrance. Now for the bottle, absolutely stunning. This is the bottle for all the Classic line from Andy Tower. This is what it's going to look like, and then you're just going to have a sticker telling you what you got. So you got the Tower signature right here. You got a sticker at the bottom, and then you got the sticker on the side here. and you got a wooden cap. You take that off and there you go. Spritzer is okay. Not the best, but I really want less juice when I spray this fragrance, so this is actually perfect for me. I don't want a Creed sprayer for this fragrance, so actually really good. And the cap itself, some problems with it. I usually just keep it on top of the plastic part right here. I don't screw it on perfectly because it's kind of hard to take off, so I just leave it like this. So I grab my bottles like this when I take them out. And that's basically it, guys. This is Louds des Armes Marocain, the presentation. Let's get to the review. Alright guys, let's tackle bottle sizes. What you see is what you get. It only comes in a 50 milliliter bottle, a 1.7 ounce. You're looking at paying around $100 to $125 American for this fragrance. I remember speaking to Andy about his fragrances, and he was hoping to introduce a 30 milliliter bottle. Hopefully that comes into fruition. I really think Louds des Armes Marocain, especially for my friends that do live in warmer climates, probably wouldn't need a 50 ml, and a 30 ml would actually be perfect. Hopefully he implements this. This is an eau de toilette intense. I really think it's basically an eau de toilette, guys, but it does definitely have an intense manner to it. It's very bold. Louds des Armes Marocain hit the shelves back in 2005. It has been in many of my top 20 lists and many in the future also. Back in 2011, it's great for fall and winter. In the fall, it made my niche top 20 at number 3, and then of course in winter, again in my top 20 at number 6 for 2011. So it's good for top 10. It's one of my favorites for the winter time and the fall time. Group, this is an Oriental at the true sense of the word. Perfumier, of course, the man himself, Andy Tower. Recommended age on this fragrance, of course, is unisex, and I say it's probably 20 and plus. I really think that a teenager, this is probably something a little too upscale, a little too different, and you'd probably be wasting your money, to be honest with you. This would definitely rock on an older man, like 30 and up. I could really see an older man, like with, you know, prim and proper, wearing this. Absolutely gorgeous. Basically anyone that's really interested in fine perfumery, you need to get your nose on this. I really think that anybody that loves fragrances like I do, get your nose on it. And it doesn't matter what age you are. How many sprays and where? I just go very simple with this fragrance. My standard one on the chest. My first spray is going to be on the chest, and then one on the back of the neck, hit the hairline, and I'm set. 2 sprays, I'm good. That's my fall spraying for this fragrance. In the winter, especially in these Canadian winters when it's really, really cold, I go 3 sprays with this guy. But 3 and that's it. This stuff is really potent, and 3 will last you all day. Let's take a look at the notes. The note breakdown in this fragrance, the top, we got petit grain. If you don't know what petit grain is, it's basically a bitter orange. You got cumin and coriander, so you got some spice. In the mid, it's floral. We got jasmine and rose. And in the base, we got bourbon vetiver, cedarwood, and ambergris. Your main players in this fragrance are a lot of notes that are basically not published on this note breakdown. You got a lot of incense in this fragrance. Incense based. Cedarwood's a huge player. It's the backbone of this fragrance. And of course, amber based. So let's get to it. I'm going to let you guys know what Louds des Armes Marocain smells like. Alright guys, time to sniff out Louds des Armes Marocain by Andy Tower. One of my favorites for fall and winter. And I'm going to spray one back of my neck. This is my scent of the day right now. Oh, absolutely. I can smell it right now. Woo! Woo-wee! Good stuff. This is what dreams are made of. Alright, what do I get in the top? Top, this opening is pretty busy, especially if you haven't smelt this fragrance before. It may take a few wearings for you to get used to it. Trust me, it does get better once it's on your skin for 15 to 20 minutes. But, you know, definitely if it's your first time wearing this fragrance, you know, try a few wearings. Give it a chance. Trust me, a lot, and I mean a lot of people turned a 180 on this fragrance. They hated it. They didn't see what I was seeing in this fragrance. Oh no, oh no. Try it, baby. Try it 4, 5 times. Get a sample. Get a sample. Now, what does it smell like? First sniff. Close your eyes. Close them. You can feel the hot air on your face, the warm sand between your toes. Great challenging opening of a dry, dusty, smoky desert air. Absolutely gorgeous. He just basically just painted a picture for me in the start of this fragrance. Now, let's go to it. I felt a huge blast of rich amber throughout this fragrance. So to say, a lot of people say it's amber dominated. I agree. Amber is a huge player. I think incense is a huge player, but I think cedarwood is your backbone of this fragrance. I'm going to say that in this review, definitely. The amber is there. You can't miss her. The amber cloud is equally matched by beautiful smoky incense that just walks in, creeps up on the amber, so they're going head to head. Spices join the party. Coriander, cumin, they play a large role in this introduction. Very spicy. Don't worry, the cumin isn't bad. Just trust me on this one. It's not. It's like Rose 31 good. It's not, you know, bad as other fragrances. Now, I detected some light citrus. A lot of people miss the citrus in this fragrance, and I understand why, because it's very light. So light you might miss it. This is orange from the Petit Grain. Yeah. It reminds some people of Orange Star from Andy Tower. He might be using that note in that fragrance. I'm not too sure. But definitely there is some light citrus in here to kind of give it some aromatic qualities. Like, it's not really, you know, it's not all dark. There is some aromatic qualities in this fragrance. Now, the cedar in the introduction starts peeking out in the top. It gives you the backbone in this fragrance. The start is rich, it's warm, it's resinous. Oh, it takes you to a place. I love fragrances like this. Now, in the mid, the players in the mid haven't changed much. You could kind of say this fragrance is kind of linear, but they haven't changed much from the top. The cedar takes a much bigger role here. The spice started kind of toning down, and the clean yet earthy vetiver joins the party. There's a small hint of florals, just like the orange at the start. The florals have a small part, the jasmine, works itself into the background of this fragrance. In some wearings, I actually miss the florals completely in this fragrance, and on other wearings it's there, and I can smell it, I can detect it. Now, I believe there's either labdanum in this fragrance, which kind of gives you like a smoky leather-like smell, or perhaps birch tar, which a lot of parfumiers use for leather-based fragrance, which I believe Mr. Tower used for Lone Star Memories, which is his third fragrance, or one of the fragrances, this guy right here. I'll just point him right there. So I believe there is kind of a leather smokiness, and I believe that's what kind of gives you that incense-like feel in this fragrance. Now, it definitely darkens in the mid, almost giving it a smoky, leathery-like undertone. So dark that it's incense-like. And that could really explain where we're getting the incense from, because there's no frankincense listed in this fragrance. Also, there is some sweetness in this fragrance. It's introduced in the fragrance in the mid. Think vanilla, easy enough. In the mid here, major players are the cedar, your amber, and your incense, and the vetiver kind of takes over at the end of this fragrance. Now, in the base has that sweet vanilla. It stays there. The smoke is still there. The vetiver and the cedar anchoring the end of this fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. This fragrance lasts and lasts. The mid is gorgeous. The tops, everything's gorgeous in this fragrance. Let's get to the overview and let's see what I think of L'Art des Arts Marocain. Time for the overview on L'Art des Arts Marocain. This fragrance is very dry, thick, smoky. What a great scent to try out for someone who's bored with the same old, same old. I know a lot of people that get bored with designer fragrances. They're really getting into the thick of things with the niche. They're trying out Creed, Bonds, and they don't really know where to go next. This is one that I would highly recommend for someone to sample and try out something different. This fragrance, I noticed, changes quite a bit with the weather. So it does keep you interested, especially if it's a little cooler. Especially in these Canadian winters, it works well, but I felt like the best time it actually wore on me was in the fall. It wasn't too cold, but it wasn't too warm, but it had a little bit of, you know, the sun was out a little bit. Fall is absolutely great for this fragrance. Now, cedar is a huge player in this fragrance, and I was really surprised with a lot of people online talking about amber-based. I also talk about amber-based. This is an amber-based fragrance. Also incense based. You can basically argue that it's either incense or amber based, but cedar is the backbone of this fragrance. Cedar is your anchor, and then you got your incense and amber dominating the fragrance. Personally for me, it takes me to a Moroccan marketplace with spices, incense, smoke, fruits, dust, exactly like Andy described it. This fragrance is artwork. It really shows how great of a perfumier Andy Tower really is. He can paint a picture for you. It's like he froze that moment in time. I know a lot of people think of artwork like paintings, like freezing a moment in time, or pictures, also artwork, freezing a moment in time. This guy did it. He froze that moment in time like a picture that will never be taken away from you. This is a sign of a genius fragrance. It just transports me automatically to that area. This is work of art. Sometimes I just want to smell the fragrance out of the bottle. I catch myself a few times with Lauds des Arts Marocain. Opening up the top, just smell the bottle. I'm wearing something else, but I just wanted to smell this fragrance. So there is like, from time to time, I like to treat myself to Loud. Is it hard to wear? Yeah, that's probably a given. It's kind of hard to wear depending where you live. It's not something you're looking for as a signature scent, but it's so darn nice that for me, like during fall and winter, you could have fooled me. This could be my signature scent. I wear it out quite a bit. It's very rich, it's complex, it's well done, superbly blended. It's exotic, deep, loud, but yet smooth. You know, there's a lot of loud fragrances out there that are super loud. This one's really smooth. Once it dries down, very nice. Amazing blended notes here. They all mesh so well together, and just basically genius stuff here. Why would you hate this fragrance? Why would you? Sweet amber, it's cloying. Might be too heavy for some. Yeah. If you're not used to this type of fragrance, if you're not used to heavy incense based fragrances, heavy amber based fragrances, this is going to shock your world. If you're looking for a people pleaser, you're looking for a panty dropper, this is not what you're looking for. This is for someone that's looking for an art form of a fragrance, as something to describe yourself. This one is definitely something not for a clubbing type of guy. One word to describe this fragrance would have to be art. Bottles, what does this remind me of? It does remind me of Ambre Sultan, Zonka by Artisan, Chergui. I know a lot of people say, why does Chergui remind you of Lauds des Arts Marocain? It's just the same type of vibe, guys. It's not exactly the same, the smell's not exactly the same, but if you're looking for that type of fragrance, I believe that Chergui and Lauds des Arts Marocain are the ones to compare to. Avignon by Comme des Garçons, just because of the incense in this. Of course, it's not church like Avignon. Best time to wear this fragrance, I feel like this one was hard to pinpoint an exact time to wear this. I feel like this one is when you feel like wearing it. This is one of those that I'm just like, I'm wearing you today. That type of fragrance, this is what this is all about. Compliment factor, middle of the road. With a fragrance as bold as Lauds des Arts Marocain, you're always going to have your lovers, your haters, and the people that are just in the air somewhere. Good and bad, of course, good and bad. The good ones are good. People that smell this, they are intrigued. They want to smell more. They want to get closer to you. They want to purchase this bottle. They want to know the name of it. So the people that do like it, they love it. Case in point, right here. The people that don't like it, don't like it. My 2 cents. I pretty much summed it up in everything I just said. I love this fragrance. This one I can see as a sample only purchase. I know a lot of people that don't buy the full bottle just because they're in a warmer climate. They don't really need 50 mils of this, and that's why I'm trying to let Mr. Tower know 30 ml bottles would probably be best. So you don't need much to get the effect of this fragrance. So if you buy a sample and get another sample from Mr. Tower, that's awesome. I can't count how many people I've turned around from this fragrance. I know hundreds of people that hated this or didn't get it, and then it just finally clicked with time. And they're like, oh wow. One of those, like, wow, I get it now. I can't say enough. This is a masterpiece. My 2 cents is it's a masterpiece. That's it. Buy, try, or pass. With niche, it's always tricky because you don't really want to say blind buy. I never say blind buy, by the way. But for Louds des Arts Marocain, with price versus quality, you can do much worse. And I think the price is cheap for this type of fragrance versus the quality. So I'm going to absolutely recommend this as a buy because it is a masterpiece. You must own it if you are a collector like myself and you love fine perfumery. You must sniff this out. This is a buy. Let's get to the rating system and see if Louds des Arts Marocain is the newest member of the Perfect 10 Club. Let's go. Let's rate Louds des Arts Marocain. Good numbers here. Projection, 9 bottles out of 10. Great. I believe this is just perfect. It's not a bomb in any way, but it's just a perfect projection cloud. Longevity, 10 bottles out of 10. I mean, it gives me 10 plus hours, most wearings. Versatility, this is where it lacks. 6 bottles out of 10. It's kind of hard to wear depending on who you are and the weather around you. Overall smell, 10 bottles out of 10. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Seasons, I would mainly wear this for the fall and winter. Perfect balance of notes. Picture painted in scent. Pure genius. Overall, 10 bottles out of 10. Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club. Louds des Arts Marocain.